let's step one final time into the nostalgic show of Sarah Jane Adventures. So yeah, Sarah Jane Adventures Season 5. This is one of the interesting parts because I know there was other series. There's another one called Torchwood, but I never got into it. And when I was young, again, I said this before, I watched the series. And I was like, I felt weird because all other series, the episodes go up to 12. Season 1, if I include the first two parters, goes up to 11 episodes. And I am concluding the special. Season 2 goes up to, again, 12 episodes. No, well, also, Season 1 is also 12 episodes if you include the two specials, which I do. Season 3, 12 episodes, including all of Season 2. Season 4, again, 12 episodes. And Season 5 only has 6. And there's speculation that there might have been more episodes. And obviously, everyone knows sort of why it ended because, let me just actually, because it's the Elizabeth Sladen died. And that is a thing that happened, and it is sort of like really emotional. Because obviously, because of that, the series was cut. There were supposedly more episodes, which is sad. But this series, I am going to be honest, is not that good. Because if you look at all the other series, my favorite seasons are season 3 and season 4. Because I like the concepts, I like the ideas, and I find it really good. With season 1 and 2 being season 1, 2, and 3 and 4 being like sort of first, season 2, and season 5 is fine. So yeah, you have 3 sets of 2-parters. Sky, The Curse of Clyde Langer, which I've heard of like some versions, The Curse of Clyde Langer was taken out for some reason. I don't know. And the last one being The Man Who Never Was. Now, Sky, I find okay. It's not too bad, it's not too great, but it seemed like it would open. And my guess would be if they would able to maybe, because it's again rumored to be the other 6, there would be like the mother of Sky comes back for some reason. But again, I am not speculating. It is still good. It is still a good 2-parter, and the idea with like the human, with like sort of like the organic with the metal creatures fighting each other has this absolutely interesting idea of like trying to fight when like the best idea would be to join together, which I really like. Then you have The Curse of Clyde Langer, which I get what they were trying to get onto. They were trying to like isolate and have this like curse like thing and sort of like have this like really eeriness. But in my opinion, there's other episodes that do it better. Yes, it is with one, but out of all of the episodes that have a similar concept, obviously you have the iconic episode which I think is in season 4, which is The Empty Planet, which is the idea of isolating 2 of them. But the one that I think is really good and so put Clyde's in the focus is The Mark of the Berserker, which is the idea of like using this item to isolate Clyde from the other 2, and I find it really interesting because he wants to connect with his father, and I like that idea. That his father just wants like to have some time with him, and doesn't realize how bad the amulet is. Because to be fair, if someone gave me a bit of like necklace that allows you to control my mind, I'm not gonna like think about like, and then I will turn into an alien. I wouldn't use it for other reasons. Because I'm like, and I think this is a scam. Legitimately, I'm not. You can prove it to me. You can be like, and jump up and down, do this, do that, do that. And I'm like, yep, still don't believe it. I'm gonna go. I'm fine with that. Like, the reason why I feel like it's fine. Ooh, did the thing disconnect? Okay, we're back. And while we're back, I'm also going to start to premiere that, because why not? But we're back. I don't know why. Anyway, for this, it has this sort of element of like, I feel like that was better. And the last episode, what I like the more is because it's weird. Not that weird or bad, but weird as in interesting. You have this person of like, yes, like who's controlling this person, and like, well, more specifically, that's major spoilers, but we have first like, he's odd, he's interesting, and then you get this glitchiness, like, okay. Also, I love the idea that like, you have aliens and robots controlling all of this, and my question is, why don't you make an android? This will look 10 times better if it isn't a live hologram. Because that's what it technically is. But it's like, no, we need that. Not a natural, like, person trying to pretend to be the person. And, like, yeah. Just to point that out. That's kind of a bit off. But that's what I thought of the episode. That's just interesting. Because you can fully admit that, like, that was probably like, probably costing materials is probably too much money. I will just make a hologram. So I fully admit that's probably just, like, an interesting quirk of his character. Not, like, a dissing on the writing, but more like him being, like, too cheap to actually make an android. But not cheap enough to get all the other stuff. It's like, priorities are in the wrong places. Obviously they are, because he's buying aliens, which is so fucked up. But yeah, like, this season was not the worst, but I think it's not as good. I do admit that because of the passing of, obviously, Elizabeth, I don't think I know how to pronounce the surname. Sladen? Obviously, it halted productions, and they've said it themselves that they didn't want to continue with Sarah Jane Adventures without her, which is fair, and is rightly so. I think her as that character did it so well and so amazing. Like, I didn't watch her when she was in Doctor Who originally. That's better. I didn't watch Doctor Who when she was in it originally, but when she came back through David Tennant's run and through this series, she did the character really well. And I absolutely think she did an amazing job, and I do respect that. But because of that, I feel like this season isn't as good. So I know, that's why I put it like, it's not as bad, but it isn't as good. But I would also still 100% recommend to watch Sarah Jane Adventures. It is overall one of the best series ever. So yeah, having all of that said and done, having all of that through, I think, like 5 weeks of me reviewing Sarah Jane Adventures, and probably me most likely tomorrow doing a video so that I could just put it together and then do a smash cut of all of it, which most likely, I don't know how long that'll be, but besides the point, I hope you enjoyed all the videos, and for this series, once and finally, and yes, I am going to put it for 10 minutes because, you know, it's the final season, I think it deserves 10 minutes anyway. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you like, comment, subscribe, follow, all the stuff, because this is on either TikTok and YouTube. All the stuff. And I hope you 100% enjoyed the video. And good night. And yes, I am just going to wait 10 seconds for like this. So yeah, I don't know why I said good night, but good night.